Hello and welcome to SAE Tomorrow Today, Unplugged. I'm your host, Grayson Brulte. On today's edition of Unplugged, we're going to go somewhere I never thought we're going to go. No. Take your head and minds out of the gutter. We're going to the kitchen. And you say, why are we going to the kitchen? This is supposed to be a show about engineering. Well, there's a lot of parallels from the culinary industry to the autonomous trucking industry. And I'm going to tell you why today on this brand new episode of SAE Tomorrow Today, Unplugged. How much is too much? That is the question. How many cooks in the kitchen are too many cooks in the kitchen? When you have a lot of cooks in the kitchen, who is the head chef? How do you know? Who are they? But what if all of those chefs all had Michelin stars? How do you know who the head chef is? Who's in charge? Do they choose the head chef by the amount of, you guessed it, Michelin stars? Is the amount of Michelin stars chosen by the amount of one restaurant, multiple restaurants, history, country? How do you determine when you have a room full of chefs with Michelin stars? Who's in charge? It's only one who's guessed. It's my guess, your guess, anyone's guess. Who tells the sous chefs what to cook, how to cook, what temperature? Who said yes, chef, no, chef? Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Who decides the menu at the end of the day? Who decides the plating? Who decides the ingredients? And for those that know culinary, who decides the ambiance? These are all questions. And frankly, they're very important questions. Now, what if there was a chef as part of this group with no Michelin stars? Let's say they were an up-and-coming chef on their way to, another inside culinary term, becoming a rock star chef. They don't have the stars. They don't have the prestige. Yet, they have individuals banging on their door to eat at their restaurant. They're selling out every night. They're doing more covers. Do they have a say? I don't know. Do they? What I am describing here from the culinary world is actively happening in the world of autonomous trucking. Yes, both worlds are parallel, and some of my best friends are truckers, and boy, they like to eat, and we all love to eat good food, including me too. I could lose a few pounds. I love that good food. At the end of the day, no matter the industry, culinary or autonomous trucking, there is a lot of cooks in the kitchen. I'm not saying that from an egotistical standpoint, but we do know all you have to do is turn on the Food Network or turn on the Culinary Channel and you kind of see a little bit of egos. And on the trucking autonomous side, yes, there's egos. There's no TV show for that yet. But yes, there's egos. And the egos come down to the judgment of who gets to make a decision and what decision they get to make and why they get to make that decision. In cooking, some chefs might try and override another chef. No, you can't add this ingredient. I have more Michelin stars than you. No. But who wins? Does the flavor or the soul win? Or does the chef with the most Michelin stars win? That's happening in trucking. As autonomous trucking companies look to build and deploy autonomous trucks, they're running into the Michelin star problem. That's right, the Michelin star problem. There is a lot of cooks in the kitchen when it comes to deploying autonomous trucks. And those cooks, if you want to call them chefs, they're the companies. And they have their own strategies to deliver world-class meals. And in meals, I mean products. But what if one of those chefs tried to veto an ingredient and said, no, you can't use that at all. No, you can't add that basil to the pasta. The chef asked why, and they simply said, because I said so. I said so. Is that because of the Michelin stars they have? Or in the case of autonomy, is that because one of their companies might be older than the other one? Oh, here comes the ego game. We're ranking people based on age. Or could it be that the average check size of the restaurant is larger than the other restaurant? And when I say check size, I mean product sales. Is it because you sell more trucks than the other company that you want to get it right over that company? Just saying. Don't know. Or is it simply they have multiple Michelin-starred restaurants in multiple countries around the world, so they try and say what ingredient you can and cannot use? If this analogy of chefs with Michelin stars and up-and-coming chefs sounds familiar, it's because it is. Because startups are battling against the Michelin-starred chefs, aka the large companies that supply the trucking industry each and every day. Some of these companies battle out of fear. Others battle out of disruption, aka, ho, 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 you're not disrupting my business. And some battle out of pure uncertainty. But when you combine all these ingredients together, and at some point, everyone has to work together for the benefit of the meal, because the meal has a soul, trucking has a soul, you must work together. But who gets to say who gets to do what and why? Who gets to say who has access to the ingredients? Oh, yeah, who is to say no? No, you can't do that. Who is to say, yes, you can do that? If you ask the Michelin-starred chef, he might tell you to plate the dish one way. Ask the up-and-coming chef, and he might tell you something completely different. But should the Michelin-starred chef have the right to veto your decision, the decision that you made? When you look at the decision, it's not an easy one, as an upcoming chef made. And you ask the partner, no, I don't like your style of cooking. I don't like the ingredients you use, so they say no. Why did that chef say no? Is it the fear the chef fears he might lose one of his coveted Michelin stars? That's the question. I don't know. Do you know? That is the exact question facing the autonomous trucking industry today. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, and those cooks are trying to tell them what they can and cannot add to their products, aka the ingredients. You can do this with the product. No, you can't do this. You can do this. No, you can't do that. A lot of cooks trying to make a lot of decisions. Even going as far to block them from launching driver-out commercial operations. And how are they doing that? They're going to the dealer and saying, no, you can't buy a truck. That is the same thing as a Michelin-starred chef going to the butcher and saying, no, don't sell them the ribeye. You can't sell them that. They might sell more covers than me. Oh, why? Oh, no. Is it because they're out cooking them? They're out innovating? I don't know. I'm just saying there's a lot of similarities going on here. Because in theory, if you were to go to a dealer and you'd buy a truck, it's your asset. You own that asset. They can't tell you what to do with it. The same way, and in theory, if you went to a butcher and you bought a piece of prime rib or you bought a filet, they can't tell you how to cook it. They can't say, no, it must be medium well and salted this way with rosemary. No, you cook it the way you want because that is your skill. You were born a chef. You have skills. The individuals that are building autonomous trucks have skills. Some of them are the smartest individuals in the world. They own the asset. And you're going to sit there and try and tell them what they can do with it? Oh, I don't know. But they go forward and do it. So what's the Michelin star chef do? He goes to the butcher and says, that's it. I'm telling nobody, don't you ever sell a piece of meat. I'm going to tell all my friends I have to buy from you. And so then what happens in theory on the truck side? They pull their fleet and they've got 1,000 trucks. We're never going to buy a truck from you. Uh-oh. Well, why do I say uh-oh? Well, this is hypothetical. This is in theory. Autonomous trucking companies only buying 30 to 50 trucks a year. A fleet's buying hundreds, if not tens of hundreds, if not, in a remarkable case, thousands. It's economics. It's pressure. But why is this pressure being applied? Is it to save the coveted Michelin stars? Is it to save an incumbent business? I don't know. I'm merely asking. Could it be fear? Oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Could it be liability? Yes, I know. That's a very big one to overcome. Then there's the broader ecosystem of suppliers, aka the ingredients, aka the parts that make the trucks operate. Okay, so no basil for you. No Maldon salt for you. No this, okay? And so on the truck side, oh, nope, we're going to cut off the access to the brakes. We're going to cut off the access to the wiring harnesses. We're going to cut off the access to the redundant systems. Why? Why do this? You need those ingredients to make the truck drive. The same way if you're making a great dish of pasta, you need the basil and the Maldon salt. You need it. It's just, that's the way it is. You just need it. But yet, it appears that this is trying to be stopped. Perhaps some of these suppliers, they want to earn their own Michelin stars. They want to have a veto and say, oh, you can't put this ingredient, you can't put that ingredient. I don't know. Merely saying, why? Is it fear? Is it liability? I don't know. Do you know? Do they perhaps, as the suppliers, do they want to go into the culinary business and earn a Michelin star? I'm just asking. If they do, how do you earn a Michelin star? By stopping an up-and-coming chef. One day that up-and-coming chef could become the next great Michelin star chef. Then what happens? Oh boy, level playing field. You try to hold this chef down, and now he's at a level playing field. What do? Does the passion give way to reality? Or does the Michelin star chef continue to focus on today and not on tomorrow? Perhaps they think everything is right, so they're going to hold on tight to those stars. Oh, they're going to hold on real tight to those stars. But what happens when the inspector comes and then you can no longer hold on tight and he's looking at possibly removing one of your Michelin stars? What do you do then? Does that world that they know, that crazy culinary world that's driven by stars, does it get turned upside down if you lose the coveted third star? Oh, you only have 2 stars. Oh, you got knocked down a bunch. What do? That is the question as the up-and-coming chef is going to become the next great Michelin star chef one day. When that moment happens, and that moment will happen, the question becomes, what happens? How do the Michelin starred chefs that block the upcoming chef react when he or her is one of them? Do they welcome him or her into the club, or do they still try and veto what they can do? After all, there's another chef in the kitchen and another one to make a decision. But the decision that the chef will make is not one that was made against them. They were almost vetoed into oblivion, but they constantly said to themselves that everything was going to be all right. Suppliers try and stop what they can do with the trucks, the same way an up-and-coming chef is told what he can do. They didn't stop. They had grit. And when you have grit, you succeed and great things happen. So the veto happens. The chef says, okay, I'm not giving up because he had grit. They changed suppliers, built the restaurant, earned the Michelin stars. Whoa, here we go. In my opinion, that's exactly what's about to happen in autonomous trucking. The upcoming chef is about to become the Michelin-starred chef. It's going to be even playing field, despite all the vetoes. Now, the only question that remains is the current group of Michelin-starred chefs ready for the change that comes with it? Let us know if they're ready for the change, when you think the change is coming, and what will happen. Send an email to podcast@sae.org. That's podcast@sae.org. Let us know if the chef analogy, in your opinion, for better or worse, overlays with autonomous trucking. Let us know when the change is going to come. Let us know there's too many cooks in the kitchen. And if those Michelin-starred chefs are overdoing their vetoes for a fear of losing that third Michelin star. Today is tomorrow. Tomorrow is today. The future is never giving up and always building. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of SAE Tomorrow Today Unplugged.
SAE International makes no representations as to the accuracy of the information presented in this podcast. The information and opinions are for general information only. SAE International does not endorse, approve, recommend, or certify any information, product, process, service, or organization presented or mentioned in this podcast.